To the Timberwolves in this one as we bring you a Western Conference matchup here live from the Target Center in Minneapolis. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. Hey guys, checking out J.J. Barea. What can we expect here?
Well, he's a classic overachieving little guy. Barea is so quick and deceptive offensively. He uses that speed and hustle to his advantage. Can make a shot, but really he's looking to penetrate.
Yeah, quick to establish position inside. He's not going to be a shot blocker at his height, but drawing charges? Now guarded by Pekovic. And you talk about the talent and confidence from Monte Ellis. Steve, what's the balance between confidence and like overtime?
Well, I think the balance, having trouble finding any offensive rhythm.
A chance now to go to Dorisburg, who had a chance to talk to Rick Carlisle.
He said they've really got
to Love. Pass to Cunningham. Takes the three. And Kevin Love hits the three. Love's got his first 3 points of the
has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Hey, you really can't say the Mavericks were a bad team last year. They were just a little below par compared to what we've been accustomed to. They just were not nearly as deadly offensively, and that's always a recipe for struggles in the West.
And he knocks down the first one. And for the Mavs against the rest of the West, as you were just talking about, Clark, they went 24-28 against the rest of the conference. And while that is all right, Steve, it's not going to get you into the playoffs.
Not with the depth of this conference, Kevin. And I think you have to be at least 500 this year against the West to continue to go to the well.
Free throw line jump shot. And again it will go. Basket is good from Cunningham. Here's Harris. Harris missing again. The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one following a loss to Golden State.
It was a little bit surprising that the game got away from them because...
Here's Cunningham. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. 14 points.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
The basket counts and one. They'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play.
And I'll tell you what, they've been a step slow here early on.
I agree with you. I mean, they're allowing too many open shots. They've seemed a little sluggish to me.
A different look for Dallas. Johnson, he's checked in for Love. Muhammad comes in for Corey Brewer. And it's Buttinger in for J.J. Barea.
Hey, it goes without saying that if you're
5 record against the rest of the Western Conference, which was 3rd worst in the conference, as Steve, you might expect, that's got to improve.
And as you said, I mean, losing so much of their front court and finish with a flourish more often than not.
That's good. And the Timberwolves lead by 18. Here's Harris. He's got 7. Knocks it loose. And here we go. And again, another basket there from Cunningham. Cunningham's got 6 points in the quarter. And now we'll get perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Minnesota. That's good. Cunningham's got 25 points in the game.
The number of points.
And that one's good. He's got 27. A whole lot dropping out there for them. Cunningham gets the bucket.
These defenders are not putting up much deals. He also showed some grit and toughness at the defensive end. Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Here's Cunningham, and there's another one for the Timberwolves.
He is just tearing it up this quarter.
They're missed to add to what's been a miserable game for him from the field.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
Fellas, in this quarter, he's improved on what was already a very good performance in period number 1.
The Mavericks have gone 8 of 15 since we began the second quarter. Excellent shooting. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. The chosen one in their last time out against the Warriors got the job done. He had 43 points, and he tallied those points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Numbers like that are rare to see by any player in a game he'll always always remember.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified, Clark.
Well, I know this opponent should be terrified because there's a good chance the momentum he gathered that night carries right over into this game.
Well, some of it
Were just decimated by injuries last year, and it really put a snag in their season from the start, with Rubio still recovering from his ACL tear and Kevin Love missing a lot.
And with the Wolves last year, Ricky Rubio came back and helped them turn things around a bit, but Kevin Love would end up playing very few games for him, Steve.
Rubio and Love have to be the foundation of this club. They added a lot of three-point shooting in the offseason, so this should be a pretty well-rounded team, but it's up.
Budinger against Carter, and he gets it to go. Cunningham's got 41.
That's really set them apart today, guys. That success from the mid-range.
Well, these are two teams that clearly you've seen the difference in offensive philosophies here.
Here's Ellington. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him.
Boy, they really dominated on the glass. And, of course, they've done a lot of good things here tonight, but the rebounds have played a major factor.
Larkin's got 6 in the quarter.
Now he's finally starting to get it going here offensively.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Cunningham, and again it's Minnesota converting.
He's doing it all for them right now on the offense.
Minnesota on top, running away with it. We'll have the start of the third quarter for you shortly. But first, it's the Sprint Halftime Show with Damon Bruce.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Good evening out there, and welcome to 2K Sports. The Timberwolves making it look easy so far. They're off to a good start this season, playing with confidence. The chosen one putting on a clinic against the Mavericks. After 2, he's been piling on the points. He's been working to get great looks from the field, making his trips to the free throw line count as well. Clark Kellogg and Doris Burke, who are all ready with the call in the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And a look at the 3rd Avenue Bridge as we get back to action here in Minneapolis.
Talk about complete control. Everything working in this one. For the chosen one, 43 points. And he's picked up 6 points from behind the arc.
Now his outside stroke has looked really good today.
The Mavericks shooting 47% here for the Mavs. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Dante Cunningham's checked in for the Timberwolves. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown. Cunningham, covered by Larkin. Fires from the wing. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. And we've made our way through just over a minute.
Had to take it. I don't care if he didn't convert. He's got to take that every time.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
Well, this quarter has gone awfully well for him. It seems like every chance he's gotten, he's pretty much converted.
The pass to Lita. To lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, you guys had a tremendous second half. What were the things that had to happen to win this game?
No, we all contributed tonight, and if we have a well-balanced, scoring and we're efficient on both ends, we usually end up winning the game. And, like you said, the second half was big for us tonight.
It takes 5 guys to win it in the NBA. Kevin, thanks for your time. Back to the table.
It's got to be a great feeling setting the team record for points tonight. How does it feel to achieve such an accomplishment?
It's something to be proud of for sure. To be up there at the top of the list of some pretty impressive players that have been here before me is a great honor. I never really thought of myself as being in that class. Now I just hope I can stay hot and turn that into some wins for this team.
Hey man, thought everyone was gone. I'm not disturbing you, am I? You mind if I join you? I got some things I want to look over myself. Maybe we could run through them together. Thanks, man.
Your flight crew wants to be the first to welcome you to Los Angeles. Please prepare for landing.
It's a Western Conference battle here at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles as the Lakers look to work home court advantage. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. The guys taking a look at Corey Brewer. What will you see from him, you think, today?
And you know, one of his qualities.
Now, trailing by 2. Here's Cunningham. Drills it from outside.
Crazy number, averaged over 2 a game, and even in his later years, he was a threat in that regard.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. I was able to hear the advice Rick Adelman gave to his team still in the opening quarter, and already some adjustments being made. Back to you, Kevin.
And thank you for that, Doris.
But from that range, and for obvious reasons.
To the middle, here's Cunningham, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
There it is.
Minnesota's gone 4 of 8 on their 3-point attempts, doing a lot of work from way outside here in the first quarter. There it is, guys, that Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark.
On the playground, forget about defense, just keep firing.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Good game for the chosen one. He's already got 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, and you'd expect by the end of this game, I'm sure the numbers are going to look even better.
Minnesota shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. That's good from Cunningham.
Well, a coaching carousel for the Lakers last season. They made it only 5 games before firing Mike Brown. Then they decided to go in a new direction. And
time, but it's no good. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Timberwolves lead by 2. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Fast break, here we go. Cunningham gets the bucket. Clark and Steve, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again.
For Los Angeles.
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort. Just be getting warmed up here.
Williams, that's for 2. Finds himself wide open and drills it.
After a tough first quarter.
Cunningham, and he gets it to go.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Got a piece of it. And now Minnesota on the fast break.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play. Boy, how's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, it sure was. I mean, he didn't waste any time getting down the court, did he?
Oh, that was a great angle we just saw, courtesy of Kia. LA has gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Oh, and here comes Williams all alone. Here's Cunningham, the rim-rattling two-handed jam. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
Steve, so close.
Well, such a seesaw affair.
And it's blocked. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Johnson, he's checked in for the Timberwolves.
Because these teams will see each other 3 more times down the road, and this one kind of sets the tone for the season series.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small...
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, I'm with Coach D'Antoni, and Mike, a bit sloppy out there. What kind of missteps did your team make in that first half?
Well, I mean, they made a shot. We didn't get back to it quick enough. Just a couple turnovers that we had. So we cut down the turnovers, keep playing the way we're playing, we'll be okay.
Coach, thank you so much. Guys, not too much alarm in his voice.
Thanks, Doris. And, folks, the halftime show is coming up next.
Now, presented by Sprint.
And now the Sunday night edition of the halftime show. The Minnesota Timberwolves have the lead against the Lakers. These guys are known for turning other teams over. They got some light-fingered players, and this game is no different. The chosen one, unreal in the first half. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that.
Young is out there with Pau Gasol, and it's Hill in at the 5 roaming the paint. That's the Laker 5. Cunningham gets the bucket.
The three-point shot has been a real weapon for them in the nice mid-range jump shot, and he's got the strength and athleticism to finish inside as well. He's a nice-looking young player.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. The chosen one in their last time out against the Mavericks got the job done. He ended up with 50 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Truly impressive numbers from him in a stellar performance. What a special night.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, Clark, I thought was truly incredible.
Absolutely. I mean, he did the work of several players in that game. He really didn't need much support at all.
But they shouldn't count on that type of performance again tonight, Clark. I mean, his teammates need to be prepared to carry a little bit more of the load. Face up for than a low post guy. But given the way the league is being played these days, you need versatile defenders, you need floor spacing, and I think that's the role Cunningham can play.
Here is Cunningham, guarded by Blake. From the line, and again it's Minnesota.
Well, another open jump shot there. Their defense not putting up much of a fight.
Los Angeles has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third, still 0 for 3. Kobe gets a screen from Gasol, and the rejection by Love.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me, a bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
A large part of what they...
13-4 run right now. That's good. 35 points for the chosen one.
As a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
And again, another basket there from Cunningham.
What an excellent performance from the field for him. Few possessions.
Here's Cunningham, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who.
Has got his 6th rebound on the night.
Very little success for him behind the arc today. Just 1 3-pointer in the first half and still none in the second. Solid work right there. And again, the field goal percentages. Look at the discrepancy between.
Timberwolves ahead, running away with it. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports. Our State Farm assist of the game today, Steve. It's a big man winning the honor.
And it was a no-brainer. This assist was really out of this world. I mean, he had a great understanding of the situation and where the ball had to go.
Minnesota, they've gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. So on the floor for Minnesota, Cunningham in at point guard. Kevin Love out there with Cunningham. 5 to shoot. Cunningham. And another more than 58% of their attempts to go down for them in the fourth quarter. They're 7 of 12.
You know, he was smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. Rebounding department, too, Clark.
Yeah, it's been a really gritty performance. They'll have some bruises to show for it, but that's the way it should be. You should.
Doubled by Farmar. Cunningham passes to Cunningham. 11 feet away, and a little luck that time, but it drops. 54 points for the chosen one.
This is a tremendous solo run he's on. I mean, the kind we've seen him have so many times before.
Meeks dishes to Farmar. Johnson outside. The 3. Good. And Farmar gets the assist. Farmar's got his 3rd assist on the night.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
And so Cunningham nails both of them.
One of the things that really jumps out at you about the Timberwolves last year is how well they got to the foul line. Everybody on the roster is pretty good and clever at using ball.
Johnson gets the bucket.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
And Minnesota has possession. Here is Cunningham. He kicks it to Cunningham. Pass to Cunningham. And again, it's Minnesota.
You know, he's showing some kind of a killer instinct this quarter, trying to stretch this lead out.
Los Angeles is
playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year, actually their 5th win on the year.
And it's always nice to get win number 1 against an opponent you'll be seeing a total of 4 times over the course of the year. They really set the tone tonight for their season series against the Lakers.
Well, your business here. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, the chosen one.
It was a huge game for you. Just unbelievable the way you were able to dominate offensively out there. Would you say this was one of your better games as a pro?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not very often you get the opportunity to take that many shots and be that much at the center of the offense. But tonight was like the perfect storm. The team was playing well, and I was on a roll, and they just kept calling my number. Normally, I like to try to get the other guys to heat up too, but this time it just felt like I could do no wrong, and I wanted to take advantage of it. These guys were all for it too, man, and I really, really appreciate that support. Hey, thanks, guys. Glad we were able to get that W tonight, baby. Oh, yeah.
Your flight crew wants to be the first to welcome you to Los Angeles. Please prepare for landing.
NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Jamal Crawford.
You know, most people think of Jamal Crawford as a deep threat, but he's got a great handle on the ball. He can make defenders look foolish with that crossover. And that ability to create something out of nothing late in the shot clock is, I think, one of Crawford's best attributes.
Yeah, I agree with you. He had a big reason why he scores so much, Steve. He has the ball handling skills to create space and has no problem rising up and knocking down the jump shot. And his mentality is such that he feels like he can get his shot anytime he wants.
At the Staples Center where the Clippers wings. Feeds it to Mullins. Shoots from 14. It's Cunningham with the rebound. The Timberwolves trail. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Doc Rivers.
He has a very specific approach laid out.
On back to Derek Williams, billed as a great scoring forward. Clark out of Arizona. You can see he has a nose to score, but the percentages so far haven't played out in his favor.
Kevin, only 43% from the field last season, a below average.
The finger roll finish, beautiful.
Here is Cunningham, covered by Wayans. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Collins has got his first basket of the night. The Minnesota Timberwolves coming to this one after the win against Los Angeles.
And they did just what you have to do as a road team, guys. They never allowed any momentum to build up against them. Seemed like every time they took a punch, they had a counter.
You'll like this, Steve. Reverse spurtability, we call that. They had any defensive lapses, they immediately made up for it with some instant offense.
And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Now, this is why the breakaway rim was invented, for plays just like that.
Well, he almost brought the whole thing down, Clark. But
upset when a team from the bottom gets swept like they did.
Waynes off a pick from Jordan. Pass to Bullock. Jordan against Johnson. They get a hand on it and taken away by Johnson. Here's Cunningham. Goes up high for the two-handed dunk.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
And the Clippers making a change here. Collins is checked in, and that one misses. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Cunningham. The baseline jumper goes down. Cunningham's got 12 points in the game.
And he should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind.
The West almost were a joke in the conference, but their fortunes have changed dramatically in the past few years, and now they're a team that's respected and feared.
Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Johnson. Here's Cunningham, and the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
That's tipped. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And their lead takes another little bump up.
Boy, I tell you, they've got to be feeling better and better about this game.
Here, really take advantage of what they have. This could be a lot of fun.
Cunningham gets the bucket.
Boy, they are just destroying.
It's blocked by Hollins, and he gets it back. And the shot is good. And that's 20 points for the chosen one.
Oh, right there, it was done.
And so that's the end of the first half. Minnesota on top. as they wrap up the third quarter with a huge surge, an 18-6 run. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Doc, looking at the offense right now, what needs to change?
We got to move the ball. We got to run our stuff. I think right now everybody's trying to win the game, which is great. But you do it as a team. You don't do it individually. It's a good quality when you want to win, but you do it together.
Coach, thank you so much. Over to you guys.
All right, Doris, thank you. And folks, stay right where you are for the halftime show. Then we'll be back for the start of the second half in the third quarter.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Today's a day to honor our nation's heroes. It's Veterans Day, and this is the NBA Halftime Report. Minnesota is ahead against the Clippers at Staples Center. They're off to a hot start this season. They'd like to continue that hot streak in this game. The chosen one making it happen again tonight, coming off their win against the Lakers. He's racked up 20 points, and it's been a good overall defensive game for him. He's brought a nice intensity to the floor in this one.
The Sprint Halftime.
And as we return a view of the always busy LAX, the Los Angeles International Airport. What can you say? The chosen one, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, he tore it up on the offensive glass in the first couple of quarters. Love the effort you're getting out of him.
Incredibly persistent, which is what it takes to be a successful offensive rebounder. I should know. I used to eat a lot of glass in my day.
Lots of room. Off the left rim and out.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
I'd say that shot was well within his range.
You think so? I mean, I was pretty good from 2 feet and in myself. That's a gimme there.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Inside, it's deflected. Here's Shved. Here's Cunningham. And again, it's Minnesota. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Timberwolves? He feeds it to Shved. Cans it from downtown. He has 6.
They have points at the other end.
Muhammad dishes to Cunningham. And it's good. Walk through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Well, he wasn't fazed at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Minnesota making some changes. Nikola Pekovic comes in for Derek Williams. And it's Budinger in for Alexei Shved. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Down low, here's Barnes, and he bangs it home with one hand. Clark, I'm guessing that wasn't the plan for the D on that trip.
And I'm agreeing with you there. Once they opened the lane up for him, that was a little emphasis on that finish.
Take what the defense gives you and then just power it home, right?
Minnesota on the fast break. And Cunningham with the slam.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its
quickly as he would have liked, but he's finally putting some points on the board in this game.
Clark, can you believe it? A point guard who can soar like that?
Man, I tell you what, that's a major elevation there. That's a power finish.
Is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. And good on the basket. Book it. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Talk about being on his game. Look at the numbers for the chosen one. He has 35 points, and the steals are starting to pile up for him also.
They sure have, and clearly he's gotten in their heads because of it, Clark. You guys are looking over their shoulder now, always worrying about where he is.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Johnson, he's checked in for Nikola Pekovic, and it's Cunningham in for Corey Brewer. And Los Angeles, guys, over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now, and the shot is good.
He has really
rebound. Minnesota leading by 23, and Cunningham with the slam.
Wow, what an incredible run they're on. This is as good an offense as you will see.
Well, every single guy on the floor right now just feeling it.
Pretty nice efficiency there. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. Cunningham's got 9 points now in the quarter. On one. And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
Straight to the bucket with a nice head of steam.
Well, no reason to slow it down when there's nothing in the way.
Around and start contributing.
And another three for Minnesota.
Man, they are spreading the floor and letting it fly, really knocking it down. Most reliable jump shot in the world, we know that.
Got that one up quick. Cunningham's got 51.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Collison kicks to Jamison. The rebound. Cunningham's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And a moment now to check out who Minnesota has coming up. Following this one, they get to host the Cavaliers. That game is the first and last of their homestand. And he can't get the first one. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Good on the second free throw. Side. 6 on the shot clock. Tries it from the top of the key. Cunningham gets the bucket. Cunningham's got 54 points.
This guy's putting on a clinic out there. Everything.
And again it will fall. That's good there from Cunningham. Outside off the mark. Timberwolves shooting 61% from the field, showing some marvelous touch out there. And it's good. 58 points for the choke. Here is Cunningham from the wing. And he gets it to go. Cunningham's got 60. And we've got an injury out on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
Injuries are such a difficult part of this game.
And from a glance, you really can't tell just how bad it is, but he's going to come out and we'll find out now how bad it
freed him up for the jump shot.
The shot. And he gets it again. Shot good from Cunningham.
It's for the chosen one. He was extremely efficient offensively, getting looks, knocking down big shots all game long. Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come.
So it's Minnesota winning this one easily. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and